we are not living through consciousness. We are living through morality, which is a totally different concept. We are trying to bring consciousness through morality. We are trying to use technology through morality. Morality comes from the Latin word modus, that means to inhabit a place. Morality is the place where you live in. You have that place and you have 30 people living in that same valley. So a modis is that valley. That's the place where you live in. Then you create some rules in order to live there. Mm-hmm. You cannot hike the mountain. The river is the one that gives you the food. This animal must be kept alive because it's sacred. This home is a temple. Kind of a constitution of how the things should be in order for everyone to live properly and in peace inside that valley. That concept is called morality. Culture basically comes from cultivate. What are the grains or the animals that you are cultivating is your culture. What you eat is how you live, because the culture gives you something called ceremony. The ceremonies that you do every year is something that helps you remember what are you cultivating, and that creates culture. The culture is to keep going into cultivating that. So people say, oh, I have to keep doing the corn because otherwise we don't have food. So you create the celebration of the corn and this kind of thing. So culture comes from what you cultivate. And morality is the rules that you have in the place where you are doing the culture. It's all about agriculture. So what happened? If someone goes out from the valley and goes hike to the mountains, and there's another village in the high mountains that does the things very differently. Because, for example, the animal that was holy down there, the cow that gives you the milk, it was the only food that they had in the mountain because nothing can grow. There's no corn, only animal. So the morality of that people is we kill the cow so we can all eat. And we share, and that's our culture. For this morality, to kill the cow is terrible. So if these people has much power, they will try to kill them and to impose their morality, saying you should not kill the cow because it's sacred. But these people would say, and what do we eat? So you end with their morality, and their way of living is ended too. So you are colonizing a different morality and thinking that my morality is better than theirs, but the context is completely different. So you cannot impose a morality of a valley into a high mountain. That's what it means, morality. Morality is the way you live in one specific place. So now that we are worldwide connected, morality is something really weird, because you cannot impose from here to someone in China or someone in Afghanistan your morality, because you live in a very different way than these other people live. Your morality is not the same morality that they have. Now, it's not about morality, it's about consciousness. If you try to impose morality into the whole process of becoming one, you are doing a mistake. Actually, most of the problems that we have today, if you take a look in the news, is not because of war or misunderstandings, it's because of morality. And morality is basically the one that is causing all the chaos. Because we brought universally moralities that were born in just a small valley in Middle East. And it has nothing to be a part of the whole planet. Consciousness means something totally different from morality, which is all the different parts that were cut are together. Consciousness is not to become spiritual. You are a conscious person when you understand that all the differences makes the whole. And when you start to see the others as a part of yourself that complete yourself, those things that the other has are completing the things that you have lack of. You are becoming conscious. That's the real meaning of consciousness. When you accept the differences and you work for your part and you let the others work for their part. This fight of morality in science and spirituality and religion are the ones that really divide us. It's all about morality. We are now a global civilization. We cannot rule ourselves through morality anymore. Morality is something that helps us survive as tribes. But now we are a global civilization, so we should not be guided by morality. So we have to work with releasing the idea of who we are, releasing the idea of that we know is the best option in order to become conscious. That's why it's a very tough task to actually become conscious, because it's not about, oh, now I get it. It's about how do we act in the planet? How do we do our things in the world? This is a normal process. We are in the middle of understanding that. It's been just a few years since we became a collective global civilization, so we don't know how to handle it yet. We are still bounded by nationalisms, which is a way of morality. We still believe about boundaries and all these kind of things, and we follow one only culture of our countries. And even inside the countries, you have different moralities, religions, and so on, fighting to survive under their own. But most of the people are not being aware that we are already a global civilization. Since internet, we are not anymore moral people. We are conscious people, or we are meant to be. It takes a long time for us to really go through all this process of releasing the culture, releasing the idea of who we are, releasing our ideas of morality. It takes a long time because you have to re-educate the cells of your body to be something different. So it's not something that we can do just tomorrow. It's something that will take a long time. The first people that must do this are the artists. Artists, musicians, these kind of people are the ones that, if they do the change, by resonance, they change thousands of people because they love them. By love, you start to change the life of the people towards consciousness. Those people become conscious and share through consciousness, not through imposing their ideas. This cannot be done by a politician or something like this, because a politician represents just one part, but artists sometimes go beyond. That's why it goes to the heart, not to the mind. What happened in 2020 and 2021 is amazing for us to rethink what is freedom, because we got used to be free around the world. Like, oh, that's it, this is the best thing, you can go everywhere. But actually it was not the goal. We have to go beyond that freedom of traveling around. And what was happening these past years, you can see it as the darkness trying to avoid for us to be free, or you can think, oh, thank you, darkness, for having avoided me this time to be free, because now I can rethink what freedom is. So I now have a better understanding of what is the freedom that I am willing to live. That's why the universe tries to find balance. And the light is trying to find the balance, pulling the darkness towards the light. And the dark is trying to find balance, pulling the light towards the darkness, which is actually positive, negative. That's what it's all about. Sometimes we have these kind of ideas that we, because we are humans or because we are lost, we create these conflicts or these wars. And actually it happens in the entire universe in different levels of existence and of energy, of consciousness. And when you have a balanced conflict, it's a challenge. That we all love challenges because it makes us feel complete. It improves ourselves. It's important for everyone that is trying to make a change to understand that you attract the reality that you are resounding with, and most of the people wants to be happy. If you want for people to be happy and joyful, the revolution that you are doing must be joyful and happy.